Hello and welcome here. Have you ever been in a situation where you really are not into it? You don't want to have sex, you don't feel like having sex, you're tired or you're not in the mood thereabout, but your spouse wants to have sex and then you could not communicate your no properly. Maybe when you said no, you gave the response, I'm tired, or can we wait till tomorrow or thereabout. Your spouse got angry. Have you ever been in that situation? Then this video is particularly for you. So I want you to subscribe right now and hit the notification bell so I get to know when we post our amazing videos. Remember, we post 3 videos every week, and that's a lot of amazing content for you, and they are all free, right? Okay, now how do you tell your spouse no to sex in marriage? How do you tell them no? What is the proper way to say no to them so that it does not escalate into a bigger issue, to a bigger problem in your marriage? How do you tell your spouse no and it does not resolve into a big fight? This is what I will say, and I usually want to say that you mustn't always be ready for sex at all times. You're not a machine, you're not a robot, right? You're not a robot. So it's not possible for you as a human being to be ready and available for sex all the times. Most especially if you have a job and you also have kids that you're attending to. It could really be very tiring, really be tiring to come home and still want to have sex. But it's okay for you to tell your spouse no once in a while. How do you say that no is very important. You must, this is what I want to say, you must communicate it as early as possible the moment you notice that your spouse is interested in having sex. The moment your spouse starts making proposals or advances towards you sexually, you must communicate your no as early as possible. Not just that, it is not just communicating your no, you should also tell them why you are saying no. Hello, okay, sorry, I cannot have right now, I'm tired, or I have a headache, or I have this, I have that. These are the reasons why I cannot have sex right now. Yes, I saw that video. I believe you may have seen that video where the man was talking about the fact that he wrote a letter to his wife. I was telling the wife how many times the wife has said no to him in no to him that particular year, and the different excuses, the number of times she has raised different excuses why she could not have sex and why she was not going to be having sex at that particular time. Okay, now I get that, but this is why you should not always say no. It should not be a routine. So the first is to communicate it as early as possible, is to give them the reason why you're saying no, and more importantly, give them a promise of when you will want the sex to be. So if it's before bed and you say, hey, I am tired right now, could you allow sleep, and maybe by 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., or in the morning? Or could we take it to tomorrow evening? Or how about this weekend? Every day during this weekend, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I have this load of job work I have to complete. I have this and that, or I'm having this headache, but I believe that by so time, by so day, I'll be fine and I'll be better, right? So these are the 3 most important things on how to say no to your spouse when it comes to sex in marriage. The first thing is for you to say it as early as possible, the earliest time possible, the moment your spouse is raising it. The second thing is for you to give the reason why. Don't just say no, don't just say I'm tired, don't just remove the person's hand from your body. Remember, this rule applies whether you are the man saying no to your wife or you're the wife saying no to your husband. So it's not just about you complaining, oh, don't touch me, or remove your hand, or no, I'm tired, this and that. Say the reason why, right? Tell them the no as early as possible. Tell them the reason why you are saying no, and give a promise, an assurance of when it is going to happen, of when you're going to be available, of when you're going to be ready for it. And lastly, when that time comes, when that day comes, your spouse should not be the person that will remind you. Your spouse should not be the person that should make the advance. Your spouse should not be the person that should propose the sex. You who fixed the appointment, you who were the one who rescheduled the sex, should be the person to initiate it. It should not fall, it's no longer the responsibility of your spouse. It is now your responsibility. So you should be the person to initiate it. You should be the person to call for it, because you were the one who called for a reschedule. You were the one who called for an adjournment. You were the one who called, sorry, I'm talking like a lawyer. You were the one who, of course I'm a lawyer. You were the one who asked that particular day and that particular time should be fixed. This is how to say no to your spouse. I believe if you follow these particular rules that I've given to you, say it as early as possible, right? Give the reason why you're saying that, give a promise of when it's going to happen, and when that time comes, you should be the person that should initiate it, right? If you follow these principles, I think your spouse will no longer be offended for every time you say no. My name is Ella. I'm all right. Thank you so much for following tonight. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get to know whenever I post amazing videos. Also like it, right? Like us. Definitely. Share this with your friends so I get to learn the same things that you're learning. And remember that if you drop a comment or you send a WhatsApp message, I'll be the person that will respond to it. Thank you so much. You're welcome.